if you look at this one, it was just a simple thing in where Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam was here giving this simple people that were worshiping other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he was actually giving them a simple lesson on tawheed, on understanding who God is. He was just giving them a simple lesson on who God is, and then he was telling his father and debating his father, who was actually worshiping an idol. But it's not just about worshiping idols. It's actually the same even about worshiping other things. And by the way, worshiping other things, it can be a sun, it can be a moon, it can be a cow, etc. So he was taking those idols as a god. And then Prophet Ibrahim, alayhi salam, was telling his dad, no, you're actually deluded. You've got the whole concept wrong. So Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam wants to debate his own father. And what does he say? He wants to bring him into recognizing, without all these different these different concepts and in religion studies and religious studies and all these different things. And so he just says, he's trying to debate his father and say, well, look at the magnificence. And he's looking at the magnificence, the very complex creation and the skies and the earth. And he was seeing all that. And then he was debating his father, and he said, Dad, look at the planet out there. You see the planets during the night? Yeah, what about them? He said, can we call that a god right there? And then he just said, look, it's gone. It can't be God, because in order for it to be God, it has to be there, and it has to actually make life. And then when he sees the moon right there, he said, well, look, can that be God? And then, of course, he said, if that can't be God, look, it's gone. And then what about the sun? Look at the sun. Can that be God? Can we call that God? And then when it goes away, he just wanted to make a final statement, although I'm not here giving tafseer, but we're here, simplifying the whole idea into concepts. But then he wanted to make a final statement and said, I am free of what you are actually associating partners with Allah Almighty. So who is God? He said, I would face my face towards the one that created. What did he want to say? That Allah Almighty is a creator. And therefore, the first definition of what a God is that it cannot be a creature. It has to be a creator. What does a creator mean? A creator does not depend on others for its life, because for the sun, it loses energy. What does it mean that it loses energy? Well, the sun loses energy if it were the one that had brought life to itself or brought life to others. It would have been capable of sustaining its energy eternally, forever and ever. So here Prophet Ibrahim wanted to make a lesson for those that are listening to him. Well, I face my face. In other words, I take as the highest and the most important direction in life to follow is actually the one that created the heavens and the earth, created the skies and created the galaxies and created everything that we see around us. And I won't associate any partners with Allah Almighty, because the second that you associate partners with Allah Almighty, you had actually turned away from Allah Almighty. And then the people that were around him, they wanted to debate him. Said, wait a minute, let's debate, let's talk about this. So Prophet Ibrahim, he's only one, and everyone around him was definitely not liking what he was saying. Everyone around him was debating him, and he was just by himself. So he said, are you debating me about something that is so clear, something that is such simple common sense, that Allah Almighty is the creator? Well, he guided me. And then, of course, what you don't see fitting in this ayah is really all the details, and where, because he debated them against their lifestyle, against the ideas that they took, they were actually threatening him, prosecuting him. You don't follow our lifestyle, we're going to see you as a threat. You're here trying to belittle a lifestyle, belittle us. So he responded. That's right there. The sentence doesn't tell you the full story because the Quran, wanted to summarize. And he responded, I'm not afraid of what you associate partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In other words, I'm not afraid of what you guys are trying to scare me from. In the end, Allah Almighty has the knowledge of everything. What does knowledge have to do with anything here? In other words, your knowledge about life and all the different things that surround you is really limited. So Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam is telling them, the one that owns the knowledge, the one that has the knowledge, the one that created everything, is really the one that has the control over how they function. If only you would think about that, he said. And why should I be afraid of what you had taken in delusion when you don't even fear, even though you see the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala really surrounding you everywhere. The wind is surrounding you, the sky up above you, the earth and what it does underneath you can tremble, etc. There's really nowhere that you can actually hide from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's why he said, فَأَيُّ الْفَرِيقَيْنِ أَحَقُّ بِالْأَمْنِ? Who really deserves and should feel security in their life? Is it the one that worshiped the sky, moon, or idol? Or is it the one that worshiped Allah Almighty? They're the ones that would have the right to feel security and stability and feel the safety, because they're holding on to Allah Almighty. They're not holding on to a creation, but they're holding on to the Creator. That's the lesson that Prophet Ibrahim wanted to teach the people that were surrounding him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the Creator to be worshipped. Therefore, He's the one that I should listen to, not all those ideas that people are trying to scare you away from, that if you don't follow their lifestyle, that you're going to be doomed, that if you don't follow their understanding of what makes something right, that you're going to live a miserable life. You really want security, and you really want safety, and you really want stability in life? Well, follow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that